You just playing Forsaken, you know what I'm saying? You're doing the Forsaken, normal Forsaken things, you know what I'm saying? You know, like normal Forsaken type of things. And then you go to do some gens. And then wait, oh god, no. Please, I beg, please, please, please. This is Slasher, and he might be the most OP killer. Let me explain why. You see, this man is the most insane killer I have ever seen in my goddamn life. Let me tell you why. First of all, the slash. Hello? What is that? What is that hitbox? That's like 5 Zelensky long. Oh my. You cannot skip the now. This ability is slash and it does a normal 20 damage and inflicts bleeding on the person, I think. Next is Behead. Now Behead is kind of a weird move. It's basically slash, but you get slowness and you get bleeding on him. And then you get something that is called... Okay, I forgot the move name, so... Well, this ability, anytime that effect is on, they will get like an extra cooldown for like 17 seconds or something. So they can literally get a more cooldown. And next we got our favorite move, Gashing Wound. You know at the start where I showed you where I got an absolutely bazooki comboed? Well, this is it right here. Gashing Wound. You didn't see that, right? You didn't see that? Please, you didn't see that. Okay, so Gashing Wound does not work on NPCs, I think. This I have no script right now, by the way. So, you see that 10 damage? It first inflicts 10 damage and it does a series of combos. That will happen at the start. And next you got Raging Pace. Now, Raging Pace is kind of weird. It glows one person at a time, and anytime you run, it leaves at 70 things. But if there is a time limit on this thing, these first two moves right here would make it essentially dash. I'm not too sure if that's for Behead too. So if I do Behead, that's it right there. It does more damage, and that's it right there. And then Gashing Wound, you do more damage. And let me tell you why Slasher is super OP. Look at that hitbox. Look at that. Look at that. Is that balanced at all? No, it is not. In my opinion, Slasher's most OP move is Gashing Wound. The hitbox is very big and it is very easy to hit. But if you miss that though, you are cooked, since it takes 2 seconds of stun, and this, if you miss, you get slowness 1 for 2 seconds. Those two moves are unreliable, and if you're not good at close range abilities, that is bad. This video is kind of a different format style. This is more professional, as you can tell, because I'm actually recording my screen. So that's basically it. I'm gonna make a Nolly video next too, so yeah. Goodbye. Okay, so you've been waiting for a while, surprisingly. Did not expect for this time this is really long, so yeah. So you know when you think for sleeping, but instead you just go into here. And instead you just this transfer music to when the lamp goes, yeah. You know that normally happens, yeah. You know when the games where anytime there's a killer and then somebody else is a killer and then yeah. Yeah, you know how that normally happens, and then you surprise attack the killer like this. Oh, oh yeah. So this is Nolly. What does video about again? Oh yeah, I forgot. Anyway, yippee! So this is Nolly, and this killer came out this year, but he is kind of outdated. And let me tell you why she is the most OP killer in the game. I said that about Jason, but not anymore. It is Nolly in my opinion. So first of all, we got the passive. Now the passive is basically weird. Anytime you damage somebody, they get a hallucination level. Hallucination 1, I believe, it just drops fake pizzas. Hallucination 2, I think it just Makes generators weird and they do damage anytime you think. But hallucination tree is where I lock in. So when you do hallucination tree on, there's a fake nollie. This is gonna be low. It looks like go like oh. And then it started like bossingly hitting you around. Probably doing a void rush out there. You know what I'm saying? We're doing a void rush. Doing a little void rush and then like there's all that. And sometimes if you're a sentinel, like chance or something, and you hit that, oh my god, your ability is cooked. And especially when you have chance, then you have to re-roll everything again. Just a stab. A stab gives you hallucination 1, I believe, and it does 25 damage. I'm not gonna talk about that. Next we got Void Rush, and this is the most OP, second most OP move on this. Once you like charge up, and then you do that. Then you could press it again, and then you Void Rush again. Let me show you how it does it. I did wrong just now. And then if you hit multiple people, you could actually get multiple targets to thing. If I hit this guy right here, yeah, you could hit him, and then you could hit him, and it's like a 2-time thing, so yeah. It's kind of like Cool Kids move, but way better. And this move is very OP. Next is Nova. Now Nova is very special. You throw your Void Star or Egg or whatever opponent, and it does 15 damage and it pulls it in. Let me tell you why this is so OP. Because if you draw it across right there, if it hits them, you can pull them in. Look at that. So you could do that. And then you could combo it now like that. So you do that. Okay, I did it wrong. So you do that. And then you do that. Or you could do this. And then you could start Void starring him right after. And you could do this. And then right after, you do that. To pull them back in. And then you could... You do that. And you do that. Now, observing is kind of weird. It locks yourself in. Okay, I can't do it. Yourself in, and then you like teleport to a generator, and then you can see everybody on the map. And then you get hit by this, you get hallucination tree instantly. Now this makes it annoying because when you play Nolly, because whenever you play Nolly, you don't even know which one is real. And plus, if somebody running in that direction, you could press observe and teleport like right there, and they're going, and then hit them with a void rush, and they might think that's a fake Nolly of how bad you're playing. And see them no health, you could just do that. Yes, infinite domain expansion, infinite malevolent destroyed. So this is the combo I could do. Yeah, look at that combo, and then you could end it off with that. Now this is a very bad combo, and this might not work. And I recommend shift lock for this. So you do this, then you do that, then you do that, hitting him again, and then you start pressing that, and then you just That's why Nolly's absolutely broken. Hit him, hit him, hit him, and then you start spamming. Yeah. And let me practice the combo correctly. Do that, do that, do that. Hit him again. What if I do this infinitely? So I do that. I do that. I do that. Then I do that. Then I do that. So that is basically it for the video. All I'm saying is that you should play Nolly more. Now, goodbye. I like slapping kids. I like clapping kids. I like clapping kids.